Welcome to Creative Live, everyone. Today we are starting day 3 with Mr. Mark Wallace in Understanding Light. My name is Susan Roderick, and this is Mr. Jim Katechi, and we will be your host for the day. How are you doing today, Jim?
You know, Susan, excellent. My head's kind of exploding from all the technology and light that Mark has thrown us for the first 2 days, but I'm really excited for lots more today.
Yeah, we might have a special treat for today as well.
Will we?
We might.
Excellent.
We'll keep you posted on that. All right. Well, I'm so excited to have Mark Wallace in the house.
Yeah.
And I know it's the last day. I'm going to be really sad to see him go. So
Yep.
we're going to have to bring him back soon, very soon.
Definitely.
All right, everyone. Well, we have about 10 minutes of pre-show, so we're just checking our audio and video, making sure everything is running smoothly before we get started. So, Jim, why don't we talk to the students?
That sounds great.
We have 7 students in our studio, and they have learned a ton.
Yeah.
So why don't we talk to them, and while we introduce them, why don't you go talk to the people online and ask them the same questions that I'm about to ask these people.
Perfect. That sounds great.
Okay, cool.
Thanks.
All right, so I love talking to the students because you guys are really here firsthand, and you're learning everything, you know, in real time. So I'm wondering if we can start and go around the room and just talk about either what you guys have gotten out of the last 2 days, or what you plan to implement going forward now that you have a different understanding of light. So Andrew, what do you think?
So for me, it's been really cool to see demonstrated live how the different light modifiers behave, and having that visual representation of how each one of them works is really kind of clicking things in my head. I think I'll be able to use that moving forward, just understanding the dispersion of light and the feathering of shadows. It's been really cool.
Yeah, with modifiers, there's so many options, and it's hard to know what each thing does. So it's so helpful to actually see it, you know, on a seamless, to see what the light is doing, so you get that understanding of what it's going to do to your subject. I'm overwhelmed by modifiers as well, so I think that's really valuable. So Andrew, tell people also your name and your website so people can find you online.
Yeah, my name's Andrew Berklid, and I can be found at andrewberklid.com, and that's B-I-R-K-L-I-D.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's good to have you here, Andrew.
Thanks.
All right, what about you?
What I have taken or learned is that, I mean, learning light and lighting is an uphill battle. Still trudging uphill, but it's helping me, reinforcing I need to keep going and learning, because I go out there and I fumble and I feel like, okay, I'm just not gonna do this natural light. It's there, you can see it, but yeah, I think it's gonna be exciting.
I think that I defer right to natural light, and I think that's because I'm intimidated by studio lighting. So it's very easy to just get out there in the field and be like, oh, I don't need lights. I'll just put someone on the wall over here. So it's nice to have the full comprehension of everything. That way you have so many more options. So you're really limiting yourself when you don't learn lighting, or you don't learn studio lighting, or you don't learn just the whole picture of understanding light. So I think that's really valuable. Why don't you tell people your name and where people can find you online?
I am Julie Chase, and you can find me at jchasephotographyart.com.
Great, thank you, Julie.
For me, I am at a place where it's like, where do I want to invest my money? Do I want to invest my money on studio stuff, or with what I'm passionate about, what I love? Do I want to go with speed lights and go those types of modifiers? And so knowing the strengths and the weaknesses of both gives me an idea of where I want to send my money, because, you know, I can't always do both. And that's helpful to know this is what's going to give you that kind of power and what you need for whatever kind of portrait photography, studio photography, or if you're more out with kids, what is portable and light and easy to set up and tear down. And so having a handle on that will help me make better business choices.
Absolutely. Also, Mark talked yesterday about, you know, if you don't have the gear, you can just rent it. You know, go rent the gear and try it out and see if it's something that you want to own. I think that's really helpful. That's been helpful for me in the past. So I think that's important. And you need to say your name and where
My
people
name
can
is
find
Nita
you.
Bernard, and my website is jangeline, ANGELINE, photography.com.
Okay, great. So I think we'll start with you. If you guys in the back don't mind standing up so that people can see you. So why don't you go ahead and start? And just say your name and where people can find you online, and then talk about.
Okay. My name's Julie Lopez, and my website is juliealopezphotography.com. I've been primarily a street photographer and portraits with natural light, and I am in the past, I've been extremely intimidated by lights. But this year, I am doing a new project with two friends, and it will require set design and strobes. So yesterday's studio strobes was very helpful for me, and now I'm still intimidated, but I at least have a beginner's knowledge of what to do, what to use, and how to use it.
Well, so you're really going to be pushing yourself this year.
I am, yeah, I'm pushing the boundaries of everything.
Always a good idea.
It's good. It's scary, but it's good.
Yeah, it is. Thank you very much.
Hi, Lori Stevens. I just started a small business. The website's being built. It's expertsandideas.com, and it's aggregating professionals who are usually either corporate expats or entrepreneurs that are really successful and kind of bored and wanted to mix it up. But they all have expertise in specific areas, and we help other entrepreneurs and small businesses in marketing, retail, e-commerce, and sales topics. So professionally, this course has been amazing for me because even if I'm not doing the photography or video work myself, now I know how to vet people for our clients and understand whether or not they really have the skills that can take the product and the client's project up to the caliber it needs to be. On a personal level, I too am pushing the boundaries and doing an artistic project with portraiture photography and doing something that's kind of high concept, crazy, might even be stupid, who knows. But we're doing outdoor, on location, studio work as well. So this has been invaluable. And then I just got back from a year's worth of travel with my husband, and we took lots of pictures, and most of them turned out like crap. And so this has helped me understand why. So personally and professionally, invaluable.
Well, you're just going to have to take that trip again
Right.
with your new wealth of knowledge.
Hi, I'm Tanya Yankova. I can be found at tanyay.com, TANYAY.com. Personally, this course for me has been fabulous and really helpful to the extent that there's a lot of concepts that were discussed here that I didn't realize there was so much knowledge behind what I do as a photographer every day. But I just do it, and now once I've heard it and demonstrated, illustrated in front of me with all the concepts and terminology behind it, it just makes a lot more sense. And a lot of times I catch myself, oh, that's why that happens. A lot of times it's just, you just do it naturally, but now understanding it, you have definitely more control over the things you want to manipulate in a picture. So, for example, the inverse square law, that was a fabulous concept. I didn't realize, why such a big difference does it make when you move the light away from the crowd. It just actually, it's counterintuitive.
Right.
Why it creates so much more.
Understanding light. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
How about you?
I'm Tilly, and you can find me at renaissancephotography.com. It's Renaissance with an N. And what I was talking to my husband last night about what I plan on implementing, and really my mind was blown, and I don't know where to even begin, but I think I'll start at Glazer's and renting some fun equipment and taking it from there into my studio, and hopefully we'll take my photography to the next level with everything that I've learned. So cool. I need to start playing. I definitely learn more by practicing, which is nice with Creative Live, as I can take my iPad in there and go segment by segment and say, okay, now I want to practice this, and now I want to practice this.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. We're glad to have you here. And that's cool. You said rent stuff from Glazer's, which is our local camera store. So shout out to Glazer's. All right, Jim, we have about a few seconds. So why don't you just jump in online and let us know what people have said online.
Nick Lacona says the important takeaways from the past 2 days have been what are the appropriate tools for the right shooting situations, such as speed lights, flashes versus studio strobes, and when softboxes are better than umbrellas. And really to see the live examples of aperture, shutter balance, effects upon foreground and background results. And Rika B says, the science of light.
Very cool.
Yeah.